Hello everyone, welcome to the video of today. This is Beyond the Truth. Today we are going to be talking about the other Korean dictatorship, the South. This is one of those things that has been completely stayed hidden. Well, not really hidden. More of like one of those things that are just not talked about. Same with, do not dare tell people that we are listening on them and torturing people that we don't like. Or extradite you out of anywhere. Speaking of, hey, whatever happened to Julian Assange? But getting back on topic now, how many of you have ever heard that South Korea was a military dictatorship for decades? Yes, we all know that the North is pure evil, nasty commies and all that, but for some reason, nobody ever talks about how the South became the economic powerhouse that it is. Nobody even dares mention the dirty words, military dictatorship. I know all the optics of it and why. I am just saying that it's hypocritical. We can't have the world talking how we, as in the US, put in place a military dictatorship. Like everyone is supposed to keep playing dumb and forget about Pinochet, Noriega, or that the CIA even kept Franco in power in Spain until 1975. If you're wondering who that was, let me remind you, he was good friends with Hitler back in the day, and he is also known as the fascist dictator of Spain. I am mentioning all these things only to establish US's modus operandi. Getting back to Korea. After World War II and the partitioning of the Koreas, the South was governed by the US for 3 years, and after, they put an authoritarian guy in power, Syngman Rhee. He ruled from 48 to 60. The people eventually revolted against him and succeeded in creating a liberal democracy. They even wrote a new constitution. But that wasn't gonna last, now would it? Who needs a free government? There's just no making deals under the table with people like that. They have morals. That government managed to survive only 13 months. A guy in the army called Park Chun-hee had other ideas. He led a coup to overthrow the government and put in place a provisional military government. He then took off the uniform and declared yet another Korean republic, but you all get the idea. Then he got to work on industrializing the nation, putting out 5-year plans. Can you guess where he got the idea for such a thing? And he established the chaebol system. He took a few smart crafty guys and gave them all the support they needed to bring prosperity to the nation. You might recognize some of these guys as the Samsung guy or the LG guy, etc. And those are the same people that basically run Korea to this day. You can Google the scandals about some of them being brought to court on various charges, but nobody really went to jail. Instead, it was the presidents that went against them that lost their jobs. By 1971, Park Chun-hee started having trouble with winning elections. So, he implemented martial law and took full control of all matters of governance. I imagine the people weren't all that happy with this, which is why several attempts to assassinate him took place. And in 1979, they eventually succeeded. He was killed by some of his friends in the military, and immediately the army took control of government yet again. Chun Doo-hwan was next in line. He was a former South Korean army general who served as the president of South Korea from 1980 to 1988. From December 1979 to September 1980, he was the country's de facto leader, ruling as an unelected military strongman with civilian president Choi Kyu-ha largely as a figurehead. Chun was sentenced to death in 1996 for his role in the Gwangju massacre, but was later pardoned by President Kim Jong-sam with the advice of then-President-elect Kim Dae-jung, whom Chun's administration had sentenced to death some 20 years earlier. Roh Tae-woo came next, and yet another army general who served as president of South Korea from 1988 to 1993. This chain of military succession was finally broken in 1993. Kim Jong-sam was a South Korean politician and democratic activist who served as president of South Korea from 1993 to 1998. From 1961, he spent almost 30 years as one of the leaders of the South Korean opposition and one of the most powerful rivals to the authoritarian regimes of Park Chun-hee and Chun Doo-hwan. Elected president in 1992, Kim became the first civilian to hold the office in over 30 years. He was inaugurated on 25th of February 1993 and served a single 5-year term presiding over a massive anti-corruption campaign. The arrest of his two predecessors and an internationalization policy called Segiba. The next few guys in line were outstanding Democrats. One was even a Nobel Prize winner. Until 2013, when they voted in the child of their greatest dictator in office. In 2013, Park Geun-hye became the first female president of Korea. She is the eldest daughter of our good friend Park Geun-hye. Funny how those things happen. Don't get me wrong, I am not saying that military dictatorship is a very bad thing. If South Korea has shown us something, it is that they are not. They can really make things happen. Now, before you start shouting to the monitor how we're talking nonsense and this is all fake news and crap, I invite you all to go on Google all that I have said here and make your own conclusions. Take care and stay safe. Until the next one, ta-ta!